Hello dear friends, Fisher here. Today we have a little story of Bruno. When Bruno was around people, and Bruno asked them, "What do you feel, dear friends, when you are with me?" And a friend said, "Oh, I feel such a feeling of confidence." And Bruno said, let's stay with the feeling. What do you feel? And other friends said, a feeling of pleasantness, a feeling of calmness. And Bruno said, yes, a feeling of calmness. Firstly, the body becomes calm. How restless it was at first, how it was full of pains. And then the pains disappeared, and you notice a flowing, a feeling of warmth in your body, a feeling of good God's divine current. That's how you feel. Yes, dear friends, when people were around Bruno and they feel sense of calmness is radiating from Bruno. Why is that? Why Bruno can radiate love, calm, and peace to his surrounding environment? Because Bruno is connected to God's divine healing current every single second. So his body is vibrating on the love frequency. And you know, dear friends, love frequency is the highest one, the best we can have. So because Bruno's body is vibrating on the love frequency, so it naturally radiating the love vibration, the peace, the joy, the calm to his surrounding environment, whether it be a plant or animals or human beings. Whoever is around Bruno can feel the loving radiation, can feel the loving vibration. They can feel what Bruno was giving out without even trying. That is what's happened to our human bodies. You'll notice, dear friends, when you're around some people and you feel good about it, and on the other case, you're around somebody else, you don't feel good about it. Especially you, dear ladies. We all say the women have better intuition, have the sixth sense, so they feel more. I'm sure you experience that, my dear ladies. You feel good or you don't feel good, especially for you who are very, very sensitive. I know over the years, on some occasions, you might be ridiculed by people around you. You might be ridiculed by your own father, your husband, your boyfriend, or your male siblings, your relatives. They believe you're oversensitive. It is not your fault. Rather, that is a blessing, because your body is telling you that something you cannot see. That is, our body is making the judgment of our surrounding environment. For those people who believe you're oversensitive, do not blame them, because they cannot perceive what you perceive with your body. They cannot feel what you feel with your body. So always trust your feeling and trust your intuition. And if you are really aware of your feeling, you're conscious about it, you learn how to protect yourself. Because being a sensitive person can be good and bad at the same time. The good is your body can tell you more information of your surrounding environment. If you are with somebody, you feel really, really bad, you feel agitated, you feel anxious, that means that is a warning for you, dear friends and dear ladies. That is a warning that your body, your intuition is telling you there is something dangerous there. So you should trust your feeling and remove yourself from the environment. Because the intellect often fails to detect lies, but our body never fails. The feelings always right. The feelings can tell who is lying, who is not, who is honest. The feeling will tell you you're in the right environment with the right people, or you are in the wrong environment with wrong people. So trust your intuition, dear friends, and I believe in your life. You experience that when you talk to somebody on the phone or in person, and after the conversation you felt excited, charged, or after the conversation you feel drained, tired, and you do not know why, because the one who you had a conversation with had either good or bad energy, good or bad vibrations. For those people who are very sensitive, they absorb that unconsciously. So as you are aware now, dear friends, so please pay attention to it. If somebody always make you tired by simply having conversation with them, that means you should protect yourself not to have a conversation with those kind of people or physical contact, because they themselves do not carry a sufficient energy, even though they have no bad intention against you, but they nevertheless drain your energy. Again, as what Bruno said, pay attention to your body and what do you feel. Our body doesn't lie, our energy doesn't lie, as well as others. So you want to tell, right or wrong, in whatever the situation you're in, just simply feel about it. What do you feel about that person? Good or bad? What do you feel about applying a job? Good or bad? What do you feel about buying a certain veggies? What do you feel? Your feeling can always tell you a big deal, dear friends, as long as you're conscious and paying attention to it. I wish you have a good day, and God bless.